been pounding nails as long as I can remember. One of the few home building companies that's, of a size that you actually get to still work with the owners of the company. It's the American dream. I know it sounds corny, but it really is. I mean, to own a house and a piece of land is a great thing. You're actually getting day-to-day interaction with the owners of the company versus being, dealing with a salesperson who's then handed over to a project manager who's then handed over to a superintendent. I mean, this is what the family's done. This is simply what we do. Our mission at Powell Homes is to provide the best value for each one of our customers, whether we're renovating a house, whether we're building a new home, doing a custom home. And our goal at the end of the day is that you'll be able to, when you move into your home, move into your renovated home, that we'll have created equity for you so that if you had to turn around and sell that house tomorrow, you'd be able to put some cash in your pocket. We'll build houses on speculation, if you will. So we'll complete the house and then put it on the market with a real estate agency, and then they'll sell it. And then we also build custom homes where the person will come in and we'll start from scratch and design the house and go through the whole building process. And then also renovation work, which is, they come in with an existing home and they need either an addition done or a renovation of some type done. If you come in to have us build a home for you or do a renovation for you, you're going to work directly with either myself or my brother Todd, and we're the ones who are actually going to be working on your project, working on your home, and be running that job. We're out there in the field every day working away on our customers' houses. Powell Homes was started in 1909 by my great-grandfather H.H. Benton, and he was my maternal grandfather, my grandmother's side, and the Powell Homes name actually comes from my grandfather, who married H.H. Benton's daughter, Dorothy, Dorothy Benton, and who was later Dorothy Powell. It's just what we've always done. Growing up as kids, Dad always brought home huge truckloads of scrap, and we'd be out there building forts in the backyard, and he'd been pounding nails as long as I can remember. Cease came up and started building in White Center after the war, after World War II, and so although H.H. Benton, our great-grandfather, started building in 1909, the Powell Homes name didn't really come into being until 1948. But the construction history for the company goes all the way back to 1909 and being passed on from our great-grandfather to our grandfather, then to our father, and then on to us. You assume it's going to go on. We show up every day, we work hard, we provide good value for our customers, and why wouldn't we make 100 years? We'll probably make another 100 years. We'd go out and we would, start out just by shoveling bark. We'd spread bark around the job sites after the houses were finished, and then they kind of progressed as we got older to scrapping lots, picking up scraps on the lots, loading the trucks, taking the trucks to the dump, and then that progressed into framing houses. And we mostly, we'd work in the summer, but summer vacation we were out of school, and so Todd and I would go out with our other brother Wes, and we would frame houses, and we actually would take houses from the very beginning to the very end, and start them. We'd do foundations, we'd frame, we'd put the roofs on, and get them about to the sheetrock stage, and about that point we'd go back to school, summer vacation would be over, and we might have done a couple houses that summer, and then they'd get finished up and we'd sell them, and that's, by selling those houses, that's how we made money to go to college. The one thing I most remember about the first house I built is I scheduled all the crews out there and forgot to order them their materials. So a little bit of delay, but we got that straightened out, and that's why when we start someone new, you always have somebody watching them. First house I ever built was over, actually it was over in Seahurst, and it was in Gregory Seahurst over on 148th Street, and I was 14 at the time, and we worked on, Todd worked on that job, and I worked on that job, and my
Yeah, I think there's always a time when you think about maybe I'll do this, maybe I'll do that. When it came right down to it, this is what I chose to do, and I've never regretted it. It's interesting every day.
Yeah, our goal is, in looking out for each one of our customers. I mean, a lot of our customers, become friends. I mean, I'm going to go on a trip here next month with a couple that we built a house for 7-8 years ago that we became friends with, and that's very typical.
Not many companies that you can say have continuously, in the same family, have continued on 100 years. I mean, you look around the Seattle area today, and how many 100-year-old companies are there? I think it's a great achievement. I think we've done it by, staying relatively small and just focusing hard on doing what's best for the customer. We wouldn't still be here if it wasn't for our customers. I mean, they're the most important part.